Welcome back. I'm Pragya Mishra and I'm the AVP of Customer Success and Operations at Courseplay. Courseplay is a 360-degree employee growth platform. We have Surbhi Diwan. Surbhi is a seasoned HR leader with 20 years of experience scaling businesses and driving employee success across diverse industries. She is currently associated with Ashiana Housing Limited as the Vice President of HR. Hi, Surbhi. Welcome to today's talk. Thank you so much for being with us.
Hi, Pragya. Thank you so much and appreciate the opportunity given by Courseplay. Look forward to the interaction.
How can mentorship and coaching be seamlessly integrated with other L&D initiatives to create a comprehensive employee strategy?
So I think there are 6-7 steps to the whole process, and how I would like to break this down is that, yes, we need to have an integrated approach, but the first step being to identify what are the development needs, understand what is required for the individuals at different levels of growth and development. So maybe I could have, a young individual who's joining the organization straight from campus requiring a different, training and development curriculum to somebody who's at an advanced stage, wants to go to the C-suite. So of course, understanding what are the needs. So training need identification is the first step. Then what we need to do is define clear objectives. What's the outcome? It's not that I need to just put a tick in the box and get somebody to train because there is a mandate. Or maybe I have a budget and I need to exhaust it, right? So I need to set out what I have to start with the end in mind, understand what is the clear outcome of a particular training for this particular individual or set of individuals. Next, after that, once I've defined what are my outcomes, I will need to have a clear structure in terms of what the program is going to be all about. Is it an on-the-job? Is it something as simple as a self-read? It could be a self-paced online tutorial or a book, or maybe I need to actually allocate a coach or a mentor to the particular project.
Okay.
When I come to executing this program, this structured program that I figured out for the individual, I will also need to align formal trainings. Now, these trainings could be internal, external, subject matter trainings, whatever the case is going to be, we need to have that and set up. Now, these trainings, again, I need to have a further bifurcation. Are they online? Are they campus immersion programs? What format is this training going to be? And then I would also want to figure out if there are other individuals who need to be nominated to these programs. So, in order to facilitate peer-to-peer learning. So, if there are 2 individuals learning in the same cohort, there is going to be cross-functional conversation. There is going to be cross-learning among these individuals. Everybody has different key takeaways from the same training that they may have attended. So peer-to-peer learning and key takeaways is another thing that I like to keep in mind. And finally, at the end of it all, make sure that all of the stuff that we've done so far is linked to performance. Because, at the end of the day, we need to identify what are our clear markers. How are we identifying if these individuals who've been put into different kind of coaching, learning, development programs, what is the final outcome? Are they being able to impact their performance key indicators? So somewhere linking it to performance, tracking what has the individual learned and put back. And all of this gets summed up and stitched up into what I would call a career development plan for individuals. So there's one central repository where I'm tracking. This was the 6-month plan for the individual. These are the things that have been done, clear outcomes being defined, and a routine or a schedule or a rhythm for having routine check-ins to understand what is it that they're doing in their learning and development journeys, and how is it augmenting their career development.